the session. All right. So if you want to open up another window to show the course, it might be a little easier. But I'm just going through whatever is on the course. And the window that you see has the sessions, the Blackboard sessions. So you have Stat 1010 Tuesday, you have Stat 1010 Friday. Let me just scroll down here. You have office hours Mondays and office hours Wednesdays. So since you're all in here, you obviously figured out if you use the down arrow, which is on the right side, you will see all the Tuesday classes up till the last week of class, which is, I believe, the week of December 15th to the end of that week. And just so you know, your final exam will be on the last day of the class of the school, and that will be the final exam. Now, I also set up office hours Mondays and Wednesdays. So what you can do is, if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, I will have the session. I will be on from 10 o'clock till noon on Mondays and Wednesdays. So if there's something that you're not sure about, or you're not knowledgeable about some kind of concept we went through, however, I do want to ask everybody that if you are not sure, or if you don't understand about a particular statistical concept, please try to ask me during the class, because then there may be other people who don't understand it as well, and we can resolve that. Because what I'd like everybody to do is go at the same rate. We're not going to speed ahead. If you can speed ahead, that's fine. But I want everybody to understand all the concepts that we're going to go through. Any questions about that? No? Okay. So let me go. No? Okay, that's great. All right, so I'm just back. I'm back on the main page, and I'm going to go through the first folder. And everybody can see this, that for course information, we have the master outline, the topical outline, and the tentative schedule. So I believe that I did send everybody a tentative schedule, and you can access the topical outline and print it for yourself. Just go through it quickly, and if you have questions, please ask a question. And I'll ask, if you feel comfortable, turn on your microphone and ask it so everybody can hear the question. So let's look at the topical outline. By the way, this is a PDF file, so you can download it and print it. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So we have, I'm going to open up the topical outline. And well, I don't know why this is not working. Okay. Can you see the first page of the course information? Does anybody see that? No. All right. Let me just check this again. Okay. Interesting. Why can't you see that? That's weird. Hmm. All right. Can you see it now? You should be able to see it. First page? Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. So this is just the name of the course section, academic year, my name, and has everybody done either one of those three math courses? Has anybody not done any of those math courses? One of them. Okay, everybody's done one? All right. Okay, great, Brenda. So this is the evaluations for the course. There will be a test on each of the 8 chapters that we're doing in the book. There'll be at minimum one case study, and there'll be a final exam, and for a total value of 100%. So that clear for everybody? Anybody not clear about that? You have to let me know. And so John has asked the question whether you can do a case study with a partner. That's fine. We'll go over that. But remember, if you're writing it together, whatever the grade is, both of you are going to get that. Okay? We'll go over that. So at the end of each chapter, and this is how the chapter tests will work. So for example, if we finish chapter 1, say next Friday, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. What will happen is I will open up the online test for you after the class. So the same day on Friday, I think approximately, well, I think you have 2 hours, but it'll be an online test, and it will be basically multiple choice and true and false. You must do the test in one sitting. You cannot go away and try it again. You have one opportunity to do the test. And after the time frame, whatever the test is, let's say it's 2 hours, your test will be automatically submitted, even if you haven't finished the test. So is that clear? Anybody confused by that? Okay, no one confused. The case, no, sorry. Yes, you will have approximately 3 days to complete the test. But remember, you have to do it in one sitting. So, for example, it's across 3 days. It doesn't take you 3 days. It only takes you 2 hours. But if you can't do it Friday, like remember, the class is finished at 5 o'clock on Friday. So I will open up the test on the Friday, and you will have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and like a half a day Monday to write the test, because you may have other work that you have to complete. You may have other assignments that you may have to complete. So I'm giving you that leeway of approximately 3 days, but I will let you know when the test will be open for you, and it's strictly online, and you have to complete it in one sitting. So is it clear about the evaluations? Yeah? Okay, good, great. Okay. So I'm not going to go through the rest of the topical outline because you have a copy, and it's mostly an overview, but it should be pretty clear about what you're going to, or what we're going to talk about here. All right. So then I'm going to go to the tentative schedule. I don't know why this doesn't do that right away. Sorry, everybody. It was working this morning, so I'm not sure why it's not working now. Okay. So this is a tentative, remember, a tentative schedule, and it depends on how fast or how slow we move, and basically depends on people understanding the concepts, and I want everybody to understand the concepts. So for example, theoretically, we should be finished chapter 1 on Friday, September the 18th, and then you would have from Saturday, September 19th to September 21st to complete the first test. So you can use this as a guide. There's no guarantee that we're going to follow it exactly. As I said, it basically depends on your understanding of the data concepts. And I don't know whether everybody has seen the schedule, but you can download it. And it's, as I said, basically a guide for you to look at and how we're following along. But you will know at the end of every chapter, there will be an evaluation. So whether we finish a chapter on Tuesday, as you see in this one, Tuesday, September 29th, we do line charts and scatter diagrams, and the chapter 2 test will be available from September 30th to October the 2nd, which is the Friday. So is there anyone that has any questions about okay, Ocean, what's your question? Use your microphone. Ocean, can you hear me? Oh, you don't have a question? You just raise your hand to see what happens? Yes, no?
No, sorry, I couldn't get back to the page. I'm on the page now though. But
Okay.
I do have one question though about
Yeah. Can you speak up a little?
I have one question about the Blackboard Collaborate.
Yeah.
Can we not enter it on our laptop? Do we have to use our cell phones?
No, you can use the laptop. You can use any device that connects to the internet.
Okay. Okay, sorry, I just couldn't figure it out. All right.
No.
You.
But my question is the screen big enough on your phone to see
Well,
it?
it's very tiny, but I'm not able to get into it through my laptop.
What?
Yeah, I can't. It shows Blackboard Collaborate, but then it doesn't open.
Okay, can you log into George Brown?
Yes.
Okay, then if you can log into George Brown, you should be able to log in to the Collaborate sessions.
Okay.
I mean, you don't have to try it now, but
I'll figure it out.
you might want to try it. But if you have a question, you can send me an email.
Okay, great.
And,
Thank you.
and that's the other thing. If something is pressing and you need something immediate. Not that I am an IT guy,
Mhm.
uh, but you can send me an email and perhaps I can direct you because I mean I do have some kind of relationship with the IT people, so they should be able to help.
Okay,
All right?
thank you.
Okay. So we get out of that. And okay, when you go into the business stats 1010, you will see a Wiley Plus. Now, this was used in the last course. I'm not taking it out. You can look at it, whatever you want to do. That's fine. Um, I don't take any questions or any assignments from there. But I mean, it's still statistics. You can still look at it at your leisure. So I'm going to go down to statistics readings and okay. So let's see. Can everybody see that? Okay, so you have like Donald Trump correlation, Canada policy, hockey probabilities, economic problem. This is more concerned with the um, the assignment that you're going to have, and it's just for you to read. I mean, you can actually do something if you're interested. But what I want everybody to do, and if you're going to do it in partners, that's fine. We're going to get to that after. But it just gives you some idea about how you use statistics to evaluate the data and what you can do with the data. And I know you have other courses, but it might make for some interesting reading. And well, when we get to the assignment, then we'll go into a little more detail about that. But I just want to make you aware that these readings are there. And if you do have time or you have any interest, you can look at those. Okay. Now, is there anybody in the, excuse me, is there anybody in the class that has not claimed their e-text? Everybody's been able to get their electronic text? You haven't yet? Okay. So, John, have you tried to access it? Okay, those people that haven't, have you tried yet to access your electronic text? Wellington, have you tried? Okay, so what I'm going to ask you to do is before the end of the week, those people that have not accessed the text, please try to access it. If there's a problem, then we'll try to find out. So I'm also so this sheet for student information shows you how to claim your electronic text. So there are steps to follow. Basically, when you go into Blackboard on the main page, there's a little window that shows you how to claim your e-text. You can follow along there. I have sent out the code that is required for you to access the text. So remember, I have a hard copy of the book, and if you can see it at the bottom right-hand corner, it's a very thick book, and it is, I'll give you the exact number. It is 836 pages. Now, the college previously, I sent that in an email, Rego. If you don't have the email, then send me an email afterwards and I'll send you the code. Oh, you registered late, I assume. So if somebody among any of you does not like an electronic textbook, in the past, you can go to the bookstore and get the regular book. However, it takes about 3 to 4 weeks because what they have to do is take the money off that you paid when you registered for the book. And the other thing is the book cost electronically about $70 to $80. If you want a hard copy, the book is going to cost about $160 or $70. So you have to add that money. So just remember that. And I will also tell you, since I have taught 2011, which is the second part of this course, you're using the same book. And so it may not be what you like, but it's a lot easier and it's a lot cheaper to have the electronic version. So for those that didn't get the code, send an email after the class and I will send you the code. Okay? So everybody I don't know whether you've looked at the text, but that's the text that's going to be used here. Okay? So let me go. Okay, so this is another folder that has files. They're actual data files that you can use for your case study. And basically, I got these from the archives from the City of Toronto. They may have updated information, and we can talk about the case study, what you want to do. So I'll just give you a little incentive. If you are very interested or have a passion for any kind of information and you want to find out more about it and you want to do a case study about it, that's fine. However, you need to send me an email. If you don't want to use any of these data files, send me an email about what you would like to evaluate, and then we can go over it. I don't want to prevent you from doing something that you're very interested in. However, I'll just give you a hint, not a hint. If you and your friends are talking about something and you decide, oh, you know what, I'm going to do a little survey with my friends and we're going to talk about this. Is that really valid data? Is that really repeatable data? I mean, these are all the aspects of data collection. So think about if you're interested in something to evaluate and analyze, then make sure the data comes from a reliable source. All right. Is there any questions about this? Thank you, Brissa. That's great. No questions about the case study? All right. That's great. Okay. Okay, on the screen now, what I've done is I've put some videos about doing statistics using Excel. If I assume is there anybody that is not comfortable with using Excel? No one? Okay. So if you're comfortable with Excel, you can do some of your analysis or practice some of the concepts that we're going to talk about on Excel. It only has a limitation. Can I give you formulas? Well, if you follow the videos, because they do in Excel, there are statistical functions that you can follow, and I will get to that. Have any of you done or used any statistical software? Has anybody in the class been exposed to that? No, just Excel. Okay. Now, my background is not in business. Okay. I was going to give you my little spiel about my background, but let me tell you, my background is in biology and psychology. Okay. And in both those disciplines, um, mostly in psychology, because I worked on a research project for 5 years, you do a lot of statistical analysis. And yes, lots of stats, Ocean, lots of stats. What I'm going to suggest, and if we have the time, I do it mostly in the 2011 class, but is everybody familiar with GBC apps that we have? Is anybody not familiar with GBC apps? Correct. That's the 10th edition. Yeah. Okay. On GBC apps, you have access to SPSS, which is a statistical package for the social sciences, as well as SAS, and that's, I think it's statistical application systems or something. In business today, most businesses use one or the other software packages. And what I'm going to suggest to you is that we might do a little bit of this and do a little more in the second part of the second course, but you can download the GBC apps to whatever platform you're using, and you can play with it. I'm happy to help you, but I think it's a good learning exercise, and so apps anywhere. Sorry, yeah, right. So you can download it. Doesn't cost you any money, and you can play with either of them, both of them, whatever your choice is, because when you're going to go for an interview, almost 99% of people know how to use Excel. They want you to be prepared to be able to understand and use a statistical package. So just keep that in mind. Anyways, back to here, we have some videos where you can look at the basic Excel statistical functions. All right. And okay, I'm in the next folder, which is all the PowerPoints for each chapters. So you can download these, and what I'll say, it's a good companion to understand the concepts that we're going to cover. And my other suggestion is we might have a little bit of time in class, but there are videos, and videos in PowerPoint, they're highlighted, and click on it, a video will start and play, and you can go back to your PowerPoint. Those are PowerPoints. So they're PowerPoints for each of the chapters. So you can go through them, and I'm going to go through them from PowerPoint, and we're going to talk about each of the concepts, which is related to what is in the textbook. So all 8 PowerPoints are there. Some of them are 50 pages, some of them are 35 pages, depending on what we're talking about. And as I said, I don't want to go to a new chapter unless either you tell me that everything is okay, you understand all the concepts, and we'll move on. And I understand if somebody doesn't want to say it out loud, or you want to just come to me individually, send me an email, or we can during office hours or any other time. But so the PowerPoints are all available for you, and for those that are very anxious, yeah, you can go ahead. And just on another note, nothing to do with that, has everybody got a copy of Office 360 from the school? Has anybody not got a copy of Office 365? Okay. So it's, you want to be up to date. I mean, that's another question that as a matter of fact, somebody's going to ask you in an interview, how up to date? Yes, I mean Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Like, how up to date are you? It's incumbent upon you to know what the latest version of MS Office is. Yeah, it's free from the school. So, and John, you might want to check whether you have the latest versions. Okay. So that's also a good thing to know. And if you become comfortable using the software, all the better. Okay, so I have another folder. I'm not going to show you anything because there's nothing in there where you can't see it. It's called Chapter Tests. And as I said, once we finish a chapter, I will release the test, and then you will be able to work on the test. Now, there's a final folder. That's got chapters and formulas in there. Okay, so it's rather large. It's 30 pages, but it's got all the formulas there's no formulas in chapter 1. All the formulas that you may need or you may not need from chapter 2 to chapter 8. So this is like the first page. It talks about frequencies and talks about what the group data formula is. So you can have this for whatever evaluation you want, because I will explain to you that when I was taking statistics, they didn't like doing this, but times have changed. We had to all do this by hand. That's how old I am. We didn't have any, well, there were computers, but we didn't have access to those computers. So we had to learn how to do this by hand. You have computers now that can do any statistical analysis, in like 2 seconds. So what I'm providing for you is, what are these formulas? What do you need to know about the formulas? You will not have to memorize any formulas. So this is your reference. If you're in an evaluation, it talks about probability, or it talks about F tests or T tests, then you have that information right there. Okay. So you're not going to be expected to memorize any formulas or solve a problem, because if you wanted to in statistics, I could give you one question that would for 2 hours. And I don't think you really want to do that, because that's not really learning what the concept is about. So is everybody clear? You can have this sheet with you, whatever you want to call it, but it's a formula sheet for all the chapters. Any questions about that? Okay, good. All right. And I'm just going to go back here. So along with the formulas, for those people that you may not or you may have looked at or done a little bit with stats, there are a number of tables that you have to look up to determine whether your statistic is statistically significant or it is not significant. And these are part of the tables. And again, you can download these tables and they're for you. They're your references. Nobody expects you to memorize them, because nobody will memorize them. And depending on whatever kind of questions you get, you use the appropriate table. So is that clear? Everybody clear about that? Yes? Yes, of course. Yeah. Yeah, you can have, the question was about having calculators. You can have calculators. But as I said previously, I'm not going to give you problems that are going to take you half an hour to do. Okay? My objective is for you to understand what statistical concepts are and how you apply them and what you infer from the results, because that's basically what is the important part. If you want to go to pure mathematics, then I suggest you register in a math stream and go into that. No, John, you can use your calculator, because this is less about finance and more statistics. All right. So that is basically what is on the course website. Okay. Now I just want to point out that on the left-hand side of your screen, we have quantitative methods. I mean, this is called Business Statistics 1010 for fall 2020. That's what you click on. No, we're not using Wiley Plus. We're using Pearson. That Wiley was left over from the other time that I taught the course. We are now using Pearson. You can use Wiley as a reference. It's the same concepts. So on the left-hand side, since this is my my lab, you as a student will only see the blue part. You don't see the black part, because that's for the instructor. And So you use the Blackboard Collaborate to come to these sessions. And Pearson's My Lab, as one of the students pointed out, I didn't have it up. I put it on. I don't think anything else will be there. I may have to add some more, but I hopefully get that in by Friday. And that is for your use. I'm not going to give you any homework assignments because you're going to get a test for every chat. I think that's plenty enough evaluation, unless, of course, you want homework. I mean, the expectation is you want to do, if you want to learn about a particular concept, you can use Pearson's My Lab for your own. So is there any questions about any kind of administrative aspects for the course? No questions. Okay. So I just want to, I'll say, just give a little brief biography of myself. And so my background originally was in biology, and then I moved over to psychology because, believe it or not, I liked analyzing data. I know everybody is not rolling their eyes, but thinking, wow, that's bizarre. But I guess it was something that I naturally moved towards. And as I said, I worked on a major research project where we tested kids' memories, and that project lasted 5 years. And I then became a statistical consultant at York University for faculty and graduate students. At that particular time, all graduate students had to do a thesis, and I was there to help them, no matter where they were in the process. You know, some of them did not, because I worked in the Faculty of Arts, and you might have some students from history, from anthropology, that they may have taken one stats course and they have no clue what to do when it came time to evaluate whatever information they were using for their thesis. And I helped faculty who were doing research projects as well. And then I came to George Brown in 2015 and have taught remedial math and the intermediate stats, the introduction to stats, financial planning, research writing. Oh, sorry, that's what else I forgot. I apologize. I forgot to show you. Yeah, sorry. I'm back in the case studies folder. At the bottom, there is a folder. Let me see here. Oh, wrong one. Okay, so in the case studies, there's a folder called research proposals. When you are doing your case study, and even if you do it in pairs, I would like you to submit this separately. And that's the first page. And and this is the second page that gives you some kind of an outline about how to, what your proposal will look at. Because not only am I trying to teach you statistical concepts, no, one submission per group. So I'm not only trying to teach you statistical concepts, I'm trying to teach you about research methodology and how to properly present research. Now, is there anybody in the class that has not read a research paper from a journal? Has everybody read a research paper? Yes? Okay. So, you know, as part of the course, I want you to become somewhat familiar, because when you're doing statistics, this is about doing research. So there is a template there. And there is a second template. That is a research paper template for writing about business research. So if you decide that you want to write about something to do with business, or get some information about business and you want to evaluate it, this is a somewhat logical way of approaching what the problem is and how to solve it. Because that is also what I would like everybody to become comfortable with, is approaching problems in a research methodology perspective or statistics perspective or whatever you want to call it. So that you can, you know, read when you want to read. And what I didn't mention is that that the research paper, not research paper, the case study, the research paper, is not due until the second last week. Okay, so you have lots of time. However, before you want to evaluate the data, I have to look at your proposal to make sure that it's following the template. So there's plenty of time for you to get to that. If you certainly want a partner, that's fine. Is there any questions about doing the case study or the research paper? No questions? Okay. Nope. Everybody's cool. They know what to do. It's great. Okay. So now that I've talked a little bit about me, I would like to get sort of a quick or do a little synopsis of yourself. So I'm looking at the participants and I'm just gonna go from the top to the bottom. And if you can turn your speaker on and just give me some information about which program you're in and what you would like to do when you graduate. So, Amanjot, can you tell us what you are interested, or what program you're in and what you're interested in doing? Hello?
Hi everyone.
Is this Amanjot?
Yeah, it's Amanjot.
Amanjot, okay, sorry.
So I am an Indian, and it has been just 7 months I'm here, and I am enrolled in business accounting.
Okay.
Yeah, and after graduating from this course, I would like to be an accountant. I'm trying my hard to clear out the CP exam here and
Right.
looking myself as an accountant. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. I just want to follow up because for everybody, if I don't know whether people are aware, there's such a thing as called forensic accountants, and it's a very, very what should I say? A very small niche, but those people use statistics, and usually they're called in when um, companies are not really following the proper rules in doing accounting principles, and the forensic accountant comes in and goes over books using statistics. So it might be something you want to think about, if that's something you might want to consider. Okay, Brenda. Thank you. Okay, Brenda. So which program are you in, and what would you like to do when you graduate? Can you hear me? Are you on there, Brenda?
Hello?
Hello, Brenda?
Hello?
Can you hear us? Can you hear me? I can hear you, Brenda.
Oh, okay. Yes, I can hear you. Yes, sorry.
That's okay. So which
Yeah.
program are you in?
So right now I'm doing business administration major in accounting. I
Okay.
the 3-year program and I'm in my 3rd semester. And after I graduate college, I'm thinking to do masters as well as like work probably just to get an experience and also continue my business. So
Okay.
yeah, that's
So
it.
you want to do an MBA?
I'm sorry.
You want to do an MBA?
Uh, I'm trying, probably
Okay.
still figuring things out. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you want to get certified as an accountant?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Great. That's great.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Brisa, can you tell us what program you're in and what you would like to do when you graduate?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello, my name is Lisa. I am in my 3rd semester now, and I'm doing business. And after graduate, I'm thinking continue managing my business with my husband.
Okay.
I'm also graduated in business administration.
Right. And how are you going to use those stats?
Sorry?
I said, and how are you going to use statistics with your husband?
My husband has a company about IT company, which
Right.
works in data analysis, and he uses a lot of statistics. I'm in
Okay.
the part of the financial administration.
Okay.
Finance administration.
Right. Okay. That sounds good. Thank you.
Maybe I can help him.
Right. Okay. Jeffrey,
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
So my name is Jeffrey. I'm in the accounting program in my 3rd semester. Hopefully I'll be an accountant after I graduate.
You hopefully. Okay.
Yeah, hopefully.
Why, you're not too sure?
Always uncertain about the future.
Okay. But well, hopefully you will gain some more confidence after this course.
Yes.
Okay. And any particular kind of an accountant?
I'm unsure at the moment.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. John Isaac.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, my name is John Isaac Ramos. I am currently in my final semester, actually. I
Ah,
am in business administration finance. So this is actually one of the last few courses I have to take in order to graduate.
I see. Okay, always leave the stats till the end, right?
Well, save the best for last, we say.
Oh, I remember when I went to school, it was like nobody wanted to take stats until the end. They had to. Well, hopefully it will be interesting enough for you.
I hope so too. I hope to learn a lot.
Okay, that's great. Okay, John Tran.
Hi, I'm John. My name is John Tran. I was born in Toronto, but my parents was born in Vietnam,
Okay,
and I'm in the business accounting program B103.
right.
And in the future, I want to work in a bank, but however, like since my marks are just getting like so awkward, I don't know if I'm gonna be accepted to that to
Well, you
those
never
jobs or
know,
not.
John.
Huh?
You never know. You never know, John.
Yeah, I know, but still, this is just what I think. That's it.
Okay,
Yeah, and there might be lots of stuff that and I want to tell as well, but I can't tell all of them. But here, this is my contact if any of you guys want to like and ask me questions or make friends or whatever.
okay, that's
Yeah,
great.
FYI. Yeah,
Okay, John.
yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Okay, Jonathan Kim. Are you there, Jonathan? No? Your cat chewed up your microphone. All right, well, there you go. Put that on a video. Okay, Jonathan. All right, Kavita. Okay, people are leaving the session. I'm not sure why. The class is 2 hours. It's only been an hour. Marie Ode.
Hi, do
Hello,
you
Marie.
hear me?
We can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah,
So don't sound
okay.
so enthusiastic, Marie.
So,
So, so
okay.
what program are
Um,
you in?
I'm Marie.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yes, we got that. You're Marie.
Okay, okay. I'm Marie and I'm doing accounting BO3 and I would like to be an accountant after my graduation.
Okay.
But before I would like to get an experience in my field and then pass my CPA exam.
Okay. And are you interested in any particular area of accounting?
Um, no, that's why I would like to get an experience because I don't know. I
Right.
just starting now, but
Okay.
I don't know which field I would like to. Yeah,
Right. Okay.
that's what. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Okay. Mihak.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, my name is Mehak Verma and I am in my third semester and my program is business accounting. After that, after the graduation, I want to do the accountant program which made me for the accountant and I would also like to give the CPA exam to become a CPA.
Okay. And were you in one
Yeah.
of my classes, Mihak?
Yeah. I was in
Yeah,
first
you
semester
were in
in your
my class.
class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. So now you can tell everybody what a bad teacher I am, right?
You are a good teacher actually. I
Okay.
like your classes, yeah.
Great. Unfortunately, we can't be in the classroom. That's the problem. But
Yeah.
so we'll try to make the best of what we have.
Absolutely, but last time it was a great class when we used to come in the college.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
Okay, Ocean.
Hello.
Ocean, yeah.
Hi. My name is Ocean Hoy, and I am in business accounting. This is my final course,
Of
the only one I
course.
need.
Oh, you know what? Those people that are taking this as a final course, I'm just going to make this much harder for you guys.
Oh no. Well, I kept it for the last because honestly, it was confusing me with all my other
No,
classes.
no, no. It's because everybody goes, nah, everybody like stats. Who the hell needs that junk?
Well, one thing I do like is that I did look at your business proposal statistic thing that you have,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it actually is quite interesting, and I'm going to use it for when I actually want to open my own business because I don't
Okay.
want to work for anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my plan.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. Régil.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello. Hi. I'm Regil Rioja. I go by Adam, if Regil is still hard
Adam.
to say.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? I don't see an Adam. How do you get Adam out of that?
Oh, that like it's in my middle name. I don't know why it's not
Oh,
here. Yeah, it's my middle name.
okay. All right.
I'm currently in business accounting, B103, and I'm looking to become an accountant after I graduate.
And any particular kind of an accountant?
Um, my cousin works at a tax firm, and I actually kind of intern a bit there, and I'm learning all about like taxes and everything, but it's all
Oh,
up in the air for me. I'm not really quite sure yet, but I'm looking to get more experience, see what I
yeah,
like.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I just want to, in general, I just want to say to everybody, and I don't know this for sure, but probably one of the best accounting jobs you could ever have is working for the federal government in Ottawa, because those are the people that make up all the tax forms, and they figure out how to get more money out of more people by just changing one little line. Anyways, that's my perception. But for those that want to do that. Okay, thank you, Rachel.
Thank you.
Okay, Roshani.
Hi, I'm Rushani and I'm from Nepal. And right now I'm taking a business administration accounting B157
Okay.
and I'm in third semester. And I would like to pursue my career in an accounting firm as an accountant. Sorry, my son is sitting behind me.
Okay.
So, sorry about that.
Does somebody want to join in?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, she's very. Is that a she or a he?
He,
It's a he. Okay.
yeah, yeah. He's 3 years old, so
See how
yeah,
excited he is about statistics?
I'm not sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you so much.
Okay, Runak.
Yeah, hi. My name is Ronak, and
Oh,
I'm from
Ronak,
India.
sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm from India, and I have been living here for 8 months. My program is B150. It's basically
Right.
business administration finance,
Okay.
and I would like to try my luck for being a uh, business analyst for some company, maybe.
Okay. Okay. Well, then, taking stats probably helps.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Siddhartha?
Hi, Sid is fine.
Sid is fine. Okay.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so my name's Sid and I'm in my final semester at George Brown College. I'm doing B130 finance course. I was doing B150 like Ronak, but now I moved into B130 because it just has a co-op difference, and being an international student, it makes more sense to get paid for my work rather than pay the school to work.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. Besides that, I'm looking to start a 9 to 5 like after I graduate. Just anything related to finance or sales, specifically any like tech or tech or any kind of sales that would help me grow in the finance field.
Right.
Just to build up till the point that I know enough about everything that's going on in the world and I'm comfortable as a person, then start my own business, hopefully, and be my own boss.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, Song.
Hello everyone, I'm Son. I came from China and my program is B150. For now, I don't have a clear plan for my future, but after I graduate, for now it's my third semester here.
Right.
So I'll try to find a job here after I graduate.
Are you like focusing on accounting or not?
Yeah, focusing on accounting right now.
And you're gonna write, I make the assumption there's a test at the end if you want to be certified, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Taikon. Taikon.
Hi there.
Hi.
Oh, actually, you can call me Katie. Because
Katie. Okay, you have
yeah.
to tell me when I have to call you Katie
Yeah.
because I only have your like official name.
Okay. Yeah. My name is Katie, and I'm in B157 business administrative accounting, and I'm in third semester. Actually talk about my future plan after graduate. I feel a little bit challenged because I'm international student
Yeah.
and I have no experience to like I don't apply any job before because I just finished high school and then come to college. So I hope that after graduate I can find accounting positions or some other positions related to what I'm studying. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Trishit.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Trishit, and I'm currently in the third semester of Business Administration and Finance. And after graduation, I want to try my luck in financial advising or financial planning.
Okay. Okay. And don't say luck. This is statistics. There's no such thing as luck.
Yeah.
Let's remember that. Don't ever put luck on any paper that you hand in.
I will remember that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Okay. And last but not least, Wellington.
Hi, my name is Wellington. I'm doing finance, and I would like to be a financial advisor.
Like where? Like in a bank?
Yes, like in a bank, or sometimes like first in a bank, and then I would like to be like have a client, a personal finance
Oh, you
advisor.
mean your own business?
No, like having some clients and like financing advice these clients.
Okay. Okay. That's great. All right. So before we continue for a little bit, and one other administrative thing, you can, if you know the people that left, I want to treat this the same as a regular class. And because we're meeting, 2 times a week and it's 2 hours each time, I want to finish like, 15 or 10 minutes before the 2 hours. Is that okay with everybody? Anybody have any complaints about that? No complaints. Okay. All right. Anybody that wants to stay, I can give them extra work. There you go. Okay. So we're going to sort of start with the first chapter, but what I want to do is what I want to get from you is I'm going to ask some questions, and I would like you to, be as honest as possible because I want to know where everybody is in terms of their understanding. So my first question is, and you can use your microphone or you can use the chat. Can you tell me what you think statistics is? No, someone's got to have a notion of what they think it is, or they don't care what it is. Anybody? Okay, so we have gathering data. Okay, let's go through this. All right, so Song said gathering data for analysis. What does that mean, Song?
Like gathering data to analyze like the economy growth or something.
Yeah, but wait, what is the data? What is it?
Like
What kind of data?
the total financial data.
Financial data. Now, see, okay, now I'm going to explain something. And maybe you think I'm nitpicking, but when you say something like that, that's a very general statement. In statistics, the point is you must be absolutely precise. Okay? So when you go financial data, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. You have to explain to me what financial. So I want you to think about, okay, what do you mean by financial data? Because if you say that, then somebody else is going to think one thing and you're going to think another thing. And there's confusion because you're not being clear. Do you understand what I'm saying, everybody? Like, statistics is a very, very precise discipline. And you cannot, and, you know, I'm going to just say, as far as, you know, when you're doing your case study, you have to be extremely precise. And I think that's a reason why people do not like statistics, because they don't like being precise, they like being general. So do you see what I'm saying about when you say financial data, you know, Wellington could think of one thing, Song could think of another thing, you know, Ocean thinks of another thing. You understand how that can happen? Song, you understand that? Okay, so it's not that, you know, I think what I want you to do is have a different mindset in this class, because when we talk about doing statistical analysis, it is extremely precise. Okay? And when you talk about analysis, what are you talking about? Do you know what kind of analysis? Song?
No, like I don't know. I don't really.
Okay, but you see, you use the word, and you know, maybe I'm very picky, but when you use analysis, it means something totally different again to everybody. You see what I'm saying? When you're doing statistics, it addresses one problem, maybe multiple problems, but in the same area. And therefore, when you are producing a report, or you know, you're doing a presentation, or you're giving a speech, people want it to be precise. They don't want generalizations. Okay? So I want you to think like that when you approach problems in statistics, because that is the only way that people, your audience, is going to understand you, and you're going to understand it, and you're going to be more confident about how you present that. Okay, so sorry, Song, you went first, so that's why I asked you. Okay, Brenda, measuring probability, what does that mean? Brenda, are you still there? Can you hear me? No? Okay, John Tran, a count of how much people are in the country, for example. Okay, what is that?
Like I think they just want to say like how many men or how many women, how many people of that ethnic community in this country, for example.
Okay.
And something like what they can ask you in a census,
Okay.
for example.
But do you see what you said was quite general?
Yeah.
You went account. Okay. You gave me three variables like sex, ethnicity, and I can't remember what another. So
yes.
I want people to understand, I'm not picking on you, but I want you to get in a mindset that when we talk about statistics, you have to be, and I'll repeat it again, extremely precise. But what you could have said was, it's a census, is it not? What you're talking about is a count, right? You're aware of what the census does, correct? Oh, I guess you can't hear me. Okay. Does everybody understand that? Okay, so Ocean has data collection and studying numbers in an environment with a goal. From the web. Bad choice, Ocean. The web. Oh my God. What site was this? Oh, I see. You're reading a definition. The discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data in applying statistics to a scientific, industrial, or social problem. It is conventional to begin with a statistical population and do you know what all that means? Ocean? Ocean, are you still around?
What'd you say?
I said, do you understand all this information that you provided?
Well, when I copied and pasted from the web, I kind of assumed that it would explain it a little bit better. But I said here, the second one though, methods for planning experiments, obtaining data, organizing, summarizing, that's more on point and very small.
What is your definition? What do you understand statistics to be?
I believe it's like comparing comparing like a numerical data about something that you're analyzing that you want to draw a conclusion for. I don't know.
but I want you to I hope everybody understands the term reflection. It means you're reflecting on what you're talking about. And I can't emphasize more that you have to be very, very, very precise. And that's what statistics are. Okay? Because is it just numerical data that you can analyze?
Well, no, actually.
No, exactly. Exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
So
a population could even be like a type of car or.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want people to understand that. Because, my second question is, what is data? Does anybody have a response to that? What is data?
The subject?
What is?
Like the subject, you mean? Like what you're studying?
What is the meaning of data?
The information?
Exactly. Yeah, you got it. Information. Now, information can be a fact, or information can be an opinion. Does everybody agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. So if you say you're doing a survey or you've been in a survey and someone gives you a question, what do you think of the new progressive conservative leader, Aaron O'Toole? Okay, they're getting your opinion, are they not?
Yeah.
Okay, are there any facts involved in that?
Yes.
The only
That one
fact is,
person likes it.
well, exactly. That is the point about doing surveys, is they are, the people that do it are getting in. And so, maybe they do a telephone survey of 1,000 people and they say, well, what do you think of this person as the new leader of the Conservative Party? And they go, oh, okay, 62% say, yeah, he's okay, and 38% say, nah, he's not okay. Okay, that's data. That's a very superficial kind of analysis, but it tells you something, right? But it doesn't tell you the whole story. Because where were these people coming from? Were they from, like 99% of them were from Saskatchewan? I don't know that. You don't know that. Were, 82% of them females? We don't know that. So I want you to, when you see something online, I don't know if anybody that's still around actually reads a newspaper, but when people are presenting numbers and you're reading about these numbers, it's your job to ask these questions. It's like, well, okay, where did they come from? Like, was it evenly spread across the country? Were there the same number of males as females? This is all part of research. This is all part of making, for lack of a better word, an experiment to be equitable, to be fair. Because you wouldn't want to, if you said, well, most female CEOs don't know how to handle finances, right? And what if they interviewed only men? Would that be a fair survey? Anybody?
No, it wouldn't be.
No, because that is part of designing it's what's called the instrument. You're designing the instrument that measures whatever you want to measure. But you can see there's already a design flaw. And that's what I also want you to look at, is that where is the data coming from that you are evaluating? Is it already biased? And that is a big problem, especially in, I would say, and fortunately there's nobody here from marketing. I think a lot of marketing people don't look at that, because it's difficult to get a proper sample size of, males and females. What's their demographic? What, are you looking at the finances? How much money do they make? So what the important thing for you is to look at and break down where the data is coming from. And if the design, the research design was flawed, and you can see how easily you can get flawed data. Does anybody have any questions about that? Does everybody understand that? Because it becomes a better way for you when you approach information that you're getting, because you want to look at the source. You want to look at how this was done. Fortunately,
Analytics. I learned that from my fiance actually, and he does do social media marketing.
Yeah.
And so that what you're explaining where it all comes from, like he views like where they're male, female, where they're from in the world, and how often they click on the platform and where it goes to. That's what you're saying, the source of where his audience comes from.
That's one aspect of collecting valid. And the other question was, the next question was, how do you know when data is valid? Does anybody have an idea about that?
If it makes a difference in your results that you're looking for?
Well, yeah, that's part of it. But Do you understand? Does everybody understand what the concept of validity is? If I say, okay, so say I'm looking at the same thing, but from two different sources. One comes from Stats Canada, and the other comes from Larry Turkish, who did an interview and walked around on the street and asked questions. But the same questions they used, are they both valid sources of data?
I would think so. You'd get different data, actually.
Ah,
Yeah, no.
so there's a problem because everybody has said they've read journal articles. The main purpose in a journal article is if they were evaluating some kind of information, that it is replicable, which means I can do exactly what they did and I should get the same results. But if I'm just Joe Blow on the street interviewing anybody that comes along, I don't have any kind of research design. I ask Brisa here, what do you think of this? Then I ask Ocean, what do you think of this? That's bad design. Whereas if data is coming from a reliable source like StatsCanada, you know that they spent time in designing their research questions and that you know that they're getting valid answers. So does everybody understand that concept about validity, what your data source is?
Yep.
Yeah, does anybody have a problem with understanding that? Oh, yeah, here, great, Ocean. You came up with the next question. What's the difference between analytics and statistics?
I would believe that analytics is analyzing where the statistics came from, maybe?
No.
I have no idea.
Good try, good
I
try.
don't know the name of what it's called.
Okay, you know what? I asked this question of some other instructors in this school, and I was kind of like stunned, and they said sort of the same thing you did. And guess what? There is no difference. It's the same thing.
I was thinking that deep down, I swear.
You know what? Analytics sounds sexier than statistics, right? Analytics sounds, oh, that's really interesting. Statistics sounds like, oh my God, I'm going to be like bored out of my skull for years. Like, I don't want to have anything to do with statistics. Analytics, oh, that's a different story. They're the same thing, just using a different word.
Okay, cool. That's good to know.
Okay. Yeah. No. Well, I mean, that is the point. It's like, oh my God, I'm listening to these people going, really? Okay. Analytics. Okay. And here's another one I'm sure you've heard. Does anybody know what big data is? What is big data?
Is it not the regular data? Like,
What's little data? What's big data?
Sounds like the same thing, just bigger. I don't know. Actually, sounds like the same thing. Data.
Exactly. Okay. That's the crux. It's data. Big data, little data. Who cares? It's data, and when you apply statistical procedures on the data, depending on the type of data, whether it's quantitative or qualitative, it's still data, okay? When they go big data, that's because they refer to it as big data because, oh, they're measuring different things and there's so many more things. And it's like, when I was a student, I was analyzing Canada Census data, and it was like, that was ginormous compared to all the other data. Now it's not considered big data because, oh, sorry, it only has like thousands of variables and millions of data points, whereas now you get hundreds of thousands of variables and billions of data points. They're still data points, right? So this leads me to the next point, which is, and this I am very, very strict about. When we describe data, when we describe results, when you do a statistical application and get a result, do not use adjectives of magnitude. And what I mean by that is, nothing can be very significant. Nothing can be, oh, it's extremely significant. You know what? It's either significant or it's not significant. Sorry, it's either statistically significant or not significant. That's all. Nothing can be very, what does very significant mean? That it's like, wow, that's way more important than something that's only significant. No, it's not. So statistically significant is what you get when you analyze the data and their statistical difference, and not significant is not significant. So I want you to, as I said at the beginning, I want you to be in a mindset where, and because statistics is very precise, I don't want you to get to the point where you go, oh yeah, that was really poor. Really? What does that mean? Okay. It doesn't mean anything, because each of us have a perception of what really poor means. And so in statistics, we want to make it so that everyone has a clear understanding of the same thing. It's either statistically significant or it's not statistically significant. Any questions about that? Is everybody clear about that? Okay. So I want you to be clear. Why are you guessing, John? You don't believe that? John, do you hear me? Okay, John said, I guess. Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't use terms like guess. You don't use any kind of interpretive language at all in statistics. And that's what makes it, from my perspective, a way for you to present data and results in a clear manner, because you want your audience to understand what you've done. And they're not going to understand it if you start using adjectives of magnitude, because it means different things to different people. Okay? So we got data, and we're going to talk about a proper way to collect data. We're going to talk about, if you think about it, all information is data. It's your job when you analyze it to see whether that data is valid, which means it can be replicated, which means it's a reliable source, or not replicated, which means there was bad design. We're going to talk about this, about sample size. If the sample, is it better to sample, or say we do a survey and we have 10 people and then we have 100 people? Well, which is going to produce the better results? The more reliable results? The one with 10 or the one with 100? Anybody? Exactly. 100. No, you know why? Because this is part of the central aspects of statistics. The larger, what is referred to, did people take any statistics, like any statistical concepts previously?
No.
The mean, the mode, the median. Does that ring a bell?
Oh, well, yeah, this course.
Yeah, but that's statistics. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, Brenda. Brenda, you have a question? No, your hand is up. Oh, okay. So everybody, you have a basic understanding of the mean, the mode, and the median, which is referred to as a central tendency, where data usually collects around the middle of whatever you're measuring. When you have a sample, the larger the sample you have, the closer to what, did you learn about sample and population in previous courses or no? Anybody?
No.
That doesn't ring a bell? Okay. Brenda, yeah, you did. Okay. So, so say I have a population of all the males in Canada. Okay. I can't interview all the males in Canada. I don't even know how many there are. Let's say, 13 million. But I want to do a survey with just the males and say I want to do males that are between 20 and 30. So I want to find males between 20 and 30 in Canada. Okay. I can't just view males between 20 and 30 in Toronto because that is not a representative. This is a proper word, representative of the population, right? Because Canada is a big country, relatively big. Okay. Third biggest country in the world. You want to get a sample of males from across the country. So you look at the provinces. We have 10 provinces. Do we have 3 territories or 4 territories? I don't know. So you want to sample from each of those political areas. 3 territories. Thanks, John. Okay. So 10 provinces and 3 territories. So we want a representative sample. So if I have 100 people from all the provinces and the territories, that's 1,300 people. Doesn't it make sense that the results that you get from that survey are going to be more reliable instead of interviewing like 10 people from Toronto?
Yes.
Exactly, yes. Because now you're taking a representative of each of the political areas in the country. You want males between whatever I said, between 20 and 30. So you've broken it down, and then you can ask them questions, whatever questions you are. We will talk about a little bit about questionnaire design because that can also be flawed. And if you find anything on the net that you think is a flawed kind of, data collecting instrument, please bring it. Or, the next class you can talk about that. Okay, so I hope I've got you to think about stats in a different way, because I will just tell you, when I worked on this research project and we were studying kids, we spent more time designing what we were doing than actually practically doing it, because we tested it, we made sure it worked. You do what's called a pilot study or a beta, and you want to make sure that you got all the kinks out of whatever you were trying to measure, because that's almost as important, or it could be the same, important as measuring or actually analyzing the data. Like, I don't know if people have ever heard this term, garbage in and garbage out. Has anybody ever heard that term? No, I'm very old then, very old. Okay, what it means is, in the olden days, And I'm sure if you go online and you look at a picture, you might find a picture of what's referred to as a card reader. So you used to have to punch cards, put it in what's called a card reader, and get your output. When I was a young boy at York University, they kept the computer room open 24/7 because people would have computer assignments that they had to do with these punch cards. And you know, if your one card didn't work or one little hole didn't work in the card, your whole program was screwed. So people would spend hours and hours doing assignments. So anyways, thank God we don't have that anymore. But if you make your design bad, you're going to get bad results. So they're almost equal, because if your design is good, then you don't worry about the analysis, whatever you get, statistical significance or not statistical significance. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. Does anybody have any questions? There's no questions. Okay. So hopefully you will continue to come to class, and hopefully there's something that you'll find that's interesting, and try to look at what we talked about, or the files that we looked at from the course website. I'm going to just try and get the my lab to be up and functional, and you should be able, well, you can go in, you can look at it, and as I said, I'm not going to do like homework assignments every week. You can look at it after we discuss a topic, and remember that at the end of every chapter there will be a chapter test. So it was nice to meet everybody. Unfortunately, we're not in a class because I think it's a much better environment for learning. And, you know, you get to know who I am and I get to know who you are. And I believe it makes for a much better learning experience, but this is what we got now. And hopefully, well, who knows when it's going to end. Anyways, so I've talked enough, and I will see everybody on Friday. Okay? So anybody left behind who want to ask a question? Everybody knows how to leave. And I believe the recording, if you're interested in that, will be, I think it's a day or 2 days. I'm not sure, because I didn't do this teaching because I have because I was doing the spring, and we were only 2 weeks left in the term, and I didn't teach anything in the summer. So it's an interesting experience. All right. Thank you, and we'll see everybody on Friday. Take care. And everybody knows how to leave, right? Okay, great. Did you have a question, Runak?